Just last week, the whole world was super bearish across the board on every asset class. And so I came here on YouTube while we were at the very lows of the move to publicly reassure you that I am long on everything. While everybody else is super bearish right now, we as champions are taking long trades. Those long trades, we can absolutely say, are very...
What? Everybody? The lows? Last week? Hold up there, cowboy. We're going to take it 2 months back. We're going to show you right there at the bottom and the swing failure pattern how I knew and said we were bullish and where we were going with very clear targets. Let's get it. Pink level, ran to the pink level, boom, ran down to the next pink level. The front run closing level, largest math area level above that was this price. It hit that. It hit center of the two prices. Center. Let's see what that was. If we had, we'll do it either way. It doesn't really matter. So we're around 50%. Isn't that interesting? That's some pretty accurate math right there, right? So we're going to go ahead and jump up to the next time frame and show you guys what's going to be going on next. Right now we're currently in this bar. We are bar 3 back inside of bar 1, and we are using a 2-bar back function right here on the daily form, pushing us back. Our open is this: high, low, close. Bar 1, bar 2, bar 3 open on the 125. Now let's go look at this on a 250. All right, here we are on the 250. 2-day bar, two bar back function down here, and bar 1 off of bar 1 low. So bar 1 came in, put in low, boom. All right, so that's what's happening there. And so what we can expect out of this is for it to push up in the higher time frames back towards these larger levels as the smaller math has activated it. And so right now, this is our major target, and this is our major target in those forms of 2-bar back forms, our current bar, 2-bar back, and then our previous bar. So this is a little range here that has some power. In this form, if it's to blow through those, these are our next numbers to look for. These numbers here. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and we'll break this down, and we'll go ahead and jump on to the 375 sequence right quick and see what it shows us. These are 3-day bars. 1, 2, 3. We would mark 4, and then we would go 1, 2, 3, mark 4. Woo! Would you look at that? That blast off candle is the open of 3 to run back to 1. Let's go look at this on some smaller time frames real quick. Do you see that? You see how we can understand that? So if in that perspective, now doing this isn't correct, but if I split this right here by 5, we could see that could be that this part here is 3, possibly back inside of that right there. I know that was split by 3, but I'm not going to go change all that stuff now. But 3, I'm back inside of 3. 3 is targeting 1. This is my opening range high. That is what my reaction has been for Bitcoin and on my chart here. And so this right here is the level that is tied in with that. And so these are bar 1's levels in bar 2. Where are we now? We are just floating in the middle. We are an inside bar to this bar. Now, again, we are bar 3 looking at bar 1. We are bar 3 looking for bar 1 stuff. Again, tied into the higher move. We front ran. We did this. We have this level up here. This level can be passed the same way that a monthly level can be passed with a weekly level, and then a weekly level can be passed with a daily level, and the daily level can be passed with a smaller level, but all show within the boundaries of just doing a function. And so the main function was the higher time frame is the main level, and it can be oscillating around that a lot. So we front ran, and now we're targeting 1. We have come down 3 to 1. This is our move. 3 can bounce off of 1. It may come back down. It may have a reaction. It may not. It may come down and hit this level down here. And so it could be like a head and shoulder type pattern, move up, whatever. It doesn't have to, but that's what's going on right now. That's So that right there in a nutshell is overall how and why we are doing what we are doing for Bitcoin. And after that move, when we hit this area right in here is the very strong area. Does it have to stop there? No, it does not, because overall my level for this right here is the opening level of 1 is up there. So it can do that, and I am in bar 3 right here, and so therefore I could potentially try to seek bar 1 levels, right? 1. So it's a bar 5 low, bar 5, boom. And then 2 bars back, boom. So we're down here. We're targeting this right now. And if it does something and blasts off, this is where it's going first. Okay? So anyway, if we fail these levels, which let's take a journey 2 months back. There we go. 2 months. BTC short trade levels right here. All right, let's check it. I posted that video on this day. So it came back down, retested into the area, pushed up. My targets in that perspective I showed later on in the video to be this level. I said that's where the targets were going. And then I was saying how these were significant levels. It put in a high, came back down, tested the closing levels of 2 bars back, and then pushed up. And in this new bar, with my same strategies, like kind numbers, odds and evens, it applies to the sections. This is section 2. This is section 4. Section 4 in the previous, this is a 25 bar daily sequence, a 25 day. This is the open of a 125 day sequence that will be closing on Thursday, closing into and opening up on Thursday. All right, and that's going to have a big thing to do with what's going on in the charts, as then this pink level and whatever level we cross this in, these two become tied together mathematically. Now, if we come back over here, back to the bottom, it was like kind of numbers 4 and 2, boom, right? Bar 1 put in a high in this bar. Bar 1 put in a high. Bar 2 hit it and dumped. Okay. Bar 4 in this one landed on bar 4 in this one. Like kind numbers, evens, boom. We blast off. We head up towards the levels, like I was telling you in the previous video. I don't have any marked on this right here for this chart, but you know, we'll just move along through this right here. We're going to go to the 250 sequence real quick to just go ahead and show this. That this was the low. This was the low, and I was showing in the last video why mathematically the price zones that it came into told me, and then what it told me my targets were. But I posted on this video, and we have been bullish ever since. So chart champions came off in here, I believe it was somewhere in there, and saying, but from here to there, that's a really good trade. From here to there is also a really good trade. Daniel's trade from here to there is also a really good trade. He did a very good job calling that. But if we simplify, we come down, we are in a bar 5. Okay, let's show you how I can view that very simply and mathematically. We have a open of this level that is a 2 bar back function. We have a bar 5. Over here, we have a bar 5. Bam. Like kind numbers, odds and evens, days, weeks, months, years, bar sections. Each mathematical section, it's the same thing. It's a mathematical section, like kind sections, like kind numbers, odds and evens, 2 bars back. All right. So in this perspective, we can see that we hit the previous bar high, and that's what's causing the short at the moment. We are 1, 2, 3 bars in, and that's what pushed us down. And right now, we are pulling back into that, and we'll get into the if we go in this bar and look, to the last bar structures, this is a little zone here. I wasn't trying to do that. This is a little zone here that we would be aware of. If we looked 1, 2 bars back in this form and it were down in here, this would be the bar. But we're going to be crossing this bar over here, and then that will put us back into the structures of this zone here. Okay. So we can take that off, clean that up. This is our major level that brought us into this bar. And when this opens up, it will be able to pull back against this in the system to levels that'll be shown here in just a little while. We're going to try to make this quick, keep the video short. Like our numbers, odds and evens, 2 bars back. This bar, 2 bars back. We are in a new math sequence. We are still showing my system, showing the most clear mathematical points that we can trade. It's simple. 2 bars back. We have a major 2 bars back. We have a minor 2 bars back. Then we have another 2 bars back. We come down here, we're back in 2 bars back. We are within 2 bars back zone, right? So, off of the other maths that showed these levels, we became bullish, and so now we're going back against it. This is the first bar. The second bar peaked out against it and went 2 bars back. Boom. And then we become back inside of 2 bars back, and we go bullish, right? We go back towards the highs. So again, we have this function. We have a previous high, and we have our high of trade. We have 2 mathematical trades showing us in that form what we are doing and where we are going. We are bar 5 seeking bar 1 levels at the moment. Okay. And so we'll go ahead and move along from there, and we'll just kind of keep it going. This little long right here was off of the around in the zone where we became 2 bars back kind of levels, right? The bar closed green, consolidation, boom. All right, let's move along to 375 day. Now we are on the 375-day bar setup, and we are in this current bar looking towards 2 bar back levels: open, high, low, and the close. We are seeking that. We are not getting there yet. In the higher time frame bars, we are referring to these pink bars. This is open. We are in the new. We are looking 2 bars back, and there's our high. There's our close. We can see why these levels right now hold a lot of power for us. And whenever we come down and we touch that level right there, which we have a high probability of doing, when we do that, we will understand that then at that point, we are actually bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bar 4 seeking the previous 375 day bar, referring to this bar here. I'm in this bar. I am bar 4. I'll clean this up a little bit, for the next video. But for now, I'm just using it to show some stuff. So we are bar 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are inside of bar 4's low. We are in major forms, we are above the 2 bar back. In the second lower down major form, we are bar 4 low and bar 4. I hope that makes sense. We are mathematically in this right here. So what that means is when we come down in here, we can hit this. We may come from here, we may go up and hit this, and then come back down and hit this, and then go up. But the point is, in that perspective, our target can be from this low to this. This is a close and to open level, and this is our low. If we come over here in bar 4 and we land on the low of bar 4 at the high of 2 of these pink bars back, that can be a very bullish signal. And then it can shoot us back inside of 2 bars back low to then go back to, referring to this bar, 2 bars back close level of $92,559. If it decides to get all spunky and feeling good, it could go back towards itself up here towards the highs, but that's a big feat right now. So we have to make sure that we understand that this level to this level, these are our next trades. Very clear, very clean, and we'll just go ahead and throw that on there for fun. Wow, look at it coming in around them levels up there. You see that? Okay, so pay attention. We're going to go to the 125 week, 250, and 375 week next, just to show some clarity on this system using that as well. We have a 125 week bar set up here on the weekly time frame. We can understand that we are in bar 3, that we were seeking bar 1 levels, open, high, low, and now we have the close level at 105,935. So we can see in a clear perspective that this would be like the open of our week. That would be like Monday's open. Okay, this would be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This will be Thursday when it comes in. 4 will react to 2. Okay, the open, the high, the low, and the close. So we can understand many things through this, and we can count in many ways to understand these lows, opens, highs, lows, closes, count levels. We can do dates. We can do a lot to understand this, and I've proven this in many of my videos. So 1 day or 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4, 3 to 4 weeks, right? It's an extreme move. When it comes down wicks that far, you can ignore that sometimes and go to the next set of structures. We are then 2 weeks back. We're 2 weeks back. 2 bars back right there. So in that perspective, I'm just going to make that orange so it stands out to the other stuff down there. Okay. So in this perspective, we can understand how at this point we could, from where it came down, peaked back up, count 1, 2, 3, 3 to 4 weeks. And then you've also got a 2 bar back function that I just highlighted in orange. And now you're in this week, getting back within 2 weeks back. Okay. So we're going to go look at that in a minute, and we can understand how and why we may be hesitating here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, Fibonacci. This right here would then become a 2 bar back function of 6 rejecting 4. Okay. Now we're going to go down on a smaller time frame and look at that really quick. And we can see how we would have known before my video that once we came down and hit this, that we were already looking for a potential trade 2 days before my trade day. Before if you traded here, stop below, you were fine. That's it. Not over trading, trading smart, stop below here, you'd be fine. Anyway, you come over here, and I explained in my other videos, and I explained it all very clearly, and I use this same system in my other 125 week videos, except I didn't do it on Bybit. So this is on Bybit. So here we are again. We get down in here. We are 1, maybe 2 weeks back, right in there. Boom. 2 bar back, 2 bar back. You know, it's starting to show everything. And we get up here. We are in this week, 2 weeks back. Now we have hit. This is bar 1 in this 5 bar sequence. That means it's like Monday, putting in the open range. High. It's an open, high, low, and a close. Bar 2, which will be like Tuesday, hit it and rejected it and come back and push back into it. Now these down here are, this will be my low of the week. And this right here is the open of my 5 week setup here. My previous 5 week setup. So those are my math levels I'm looking at. And then in that perspective, I am also in this bar over to, this is a 5 week bar. I'm going to go 2 5 week bars back. This is counting, this is my bar. So 1 bar, 2 bars. Do you see my high here? That comes in mathematically and ties me to that zone as well. So I can understand in that perspective how this zone has power. All right, now let's get back to it. We're bar 5. This over here is bar 1. This is the open of bar 1. This is like Friday. This is like Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's how we can look at it. Okay. So we can become bullish over this and then go back towards our level. Okay. So that right there in that perspective is where that tells us we can go. Once we cross this line, this open and this close, this time period becomes active. The new one becomes active and can run against all of this. Okay. So we could be getting our move towards this after this date. It could come up over and through here and bounce up off of it. We can get a countdown from here over until the touch and then get a push off of it. But in this perspective, when this opens, again, we are looking at the previous high, the open, high, low, and the close. And then we can look 2 bars back. So of these large bars, this would be 1, 2. And then we are looking at the low of bar 2. So we could come in, play around with that right there, and then become bullish off of it back towards these levels. Okay. We are right now 3 looking to get back inside of 1. And we are in our current bar kind of trying to reach the previous bar's low. And in this perspective, we've got several weeks to try to pull this off, and then we'll be on. And then when this point right here opens up, it's going to be so it's this one's showing the 25th. I believe the other one was showing something like the 30th or something. I don't know where it was. So yeah, it was like the 30th for the day over here. So the pink line on the day perspective is coming in right in here, which will get something moving. And in the larger perspectives, when we cross this line right here, then we'll be tied back to this right here and to 2 bars back inside of that. Right now, we're again inside of this bar, looking to establish a move, a support to then move along up into the range. And then we'll come into this and it'll activate these levels. So, and we will be inside of this bar looking at these 5-week bar setups like this as they come along, and then looking at the 1 weeks inside of that. And we will be able to look into this bar and potentially look for supports and resistances in like kind numbers, odds or evens in this new bar. Let's move along. On the 250-week sequence, we are currently in main bar 2. This is it. This is bar 1. This is bar 2. We are now in bar 3 looking for bar 1 levels in this perspective. That gives me my major open. There's my price again. This is my major support that I'm looking to try to establish something around in that perspective. I am in this bar looking 1-2 bars back in that perspective. There's my high price right there of that. And just to keep this video short for now, we are now in this perspective here. We are new bar outside of the previous bar. So that's what's causing our short trade. Our closing level, open level of this here comes in right here. So there's our support zones there that we're going to be trying to look and see if we can make sense of something coming about. We may count down in days for them to around 3 to 4 days, 5, 6 days, or 8 or 9 days. All right. So we may get a level. It could also be that those are Fibonacci numbers. So from here over to the point, you could get whatever amount of days you would have there. So let's see, we've got 8 or 9 days, so it could come within the next couple of days, which does put us in that perspective of this bar's math from the high over here 8 to 9 days, and that aligns with the open of the in the previous little clips, the pink line that was coming in on the 30th, April 30th there. So that does align with that. So we've got 8, 9 at that point. That's important. So from this point up here, we have 1, 2. So we'll need 3 to 4 more bars would be like what we would like to see, maybe 5 to 6, right? And so if we get that 30th, 1, 2, 3, 4, we got an 8 to 9. We've got a 3 to 4, and we've got the open point telling us that that's an important level. After that, we have, from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So around the second, we have, the sixth count coming in, and that will kind of align right around the time that we'll be getting to the third or fourth day of the month. So we've got a date 3-4. We're kind of getting at points to where it's kind of potentially lining up like that. When we get around to that point, we may be pushing around, when you get to the third and fourth, you're 13 to 14 days on this Fibonacci count from this high. I'm only pulling to the left because it doesn't count my bar until I'm on it and it says 1. And then when I count over, I know that I'm at 13 to 14 days. Puts me into the third to fourth, and then right there at the fifth to sixth kind of days of the month. And so then we'll be looking at these levels around about that time, something like that, looking for a count pattern. Anyway, this is my open. If I go 2 bars back in that perspective, this is my trade level. So I'm outside of my previous, coming back in my close of my previous. These are my supports. One, couple bars back in this form, and then it can push me up higher into this. We are bar 3 seeking bar 1 levels. I've shown you this many times in many forms, and I have never changed, not once, the way that I read this to you and what the trading strategies and the way that you map it out. I've done everything the same way. Now you may hear me call something it's not whenever I'm just kind of rattling through it, trying to get as much money, as much information into this video as possible, right? So that sometimes I may get something mixed up. I noticed in one of the videos that actually in this 2 month video I said something about the candle closed green and it actually had closed red, but the rest of the information was correct and I just misspoke. No big deal. I don't care. Make fun of me. Don't hurt my feelings none. But yeah, in the 250-day form, that's it. We'll go look at the the 250 week form. That's it. We'll go look at the 375 week.